Hey, there we go. It says we are live, and I hope that's true. Okay. Alrighty. It is March 4th of 2026. And welcome to our auction. I apologize. The lighting's a little iffy here. I got to mess with that a little bit, but let me turn this intensity down here a bit. Maybe that'll help. If I can do that. Brightness. Okay. Nope, didn't do it. And I just shut it off. That didn't do me good. Let's try it again. There we go. All right. Bring that back up. Bring that over there where it belongs. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep track of what I'm doing tonight in the best way I can. I know it's really bright in the background, so see if I can dim that a little bit. Don't see a way of changing that. Oh well. It won't be last long anyway. So like I said, welcome. If you're new to our auctions, and that's always a welcome sight to see, please email me, and I should put that on the banner while I'm talking, I guess. Let's do that. Oh my goodness, where's my cursor? There it is. Too many screens here. There we go. All right. So there's my email flashed across the bottom of the screen, galantgj@yahoo.com. That is us. We're up here in Northwest Vermont. That is bright. Anyway, we have been experiencing some incredibly warm weather, which has been really kind of nice. So we've had some wickedly cold winters to start, and all of a sudden we got this really weird warm weather. So here we are. I think it was 45 today, and it's going to get to 50, I think, 40s again on Saturday, and then 50, maybe even near 60 next week, which is really, really high for us. We usually are running in the 30s for the month of March. Usually upper 30s during the daytime and lower in the 20s at night, typically. So it's been strange. We even had, I think it was down to Sunday night, it was down to 10 below. Now today we're at 40 something. Just crazy weather. So, as up in the northeast here of Vermont, northwest of Vermont, we had town meeting day yesterday, and for those that are not familiar with that, that's we don't have a city council in a lot of the smaller towns here, so they have a town meeting with a select board, and they vote on the budget and things like that, and local elections, and all that kind of things. Pretty interesting, and all kinds of various resolutions and decisions about school budgets and town budgets and all that kind of stuff. It's local politics is always fascinating. It really is. But anyway, so like I said, we're here. We're about an hour and a half or less to the border with Canada, with Quebec. About 95 miles to Montreal from where I am. I think we're about 18 miles outside of Burlington. This is the largest city in Vermont, which is on the lake, Lake Champlain. And Lake Champlain is the 6th largest lake in the United States. It was always a big talk about it back in the day about adding it to the Great Lakes, and that got shot down pretty quick. So anyway, but it's pretty interesting. So if you're new, please email me. Please send me your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping, and your PayPal information. We use PayPal for invoicing, and we ship with pirate ship calculations, which gives you the best deal we can, I think. We usually start at bidding or about $1 more for anything up under $10, and then after we hit $10 or more, you can do $2 or more. Kind of your decision how fast you want. Some people jump right up there and put in big bids right away. So that happens. But once I post sold in the chat, that closes the bidding. I try to put the description and the starting bid on the screen, and I not always good about it, but I try to remember to do that. I don't know if I have any buy it nows tonight, but if I do, I'll explain it. I do have some silver items tonight, most of which I can pretty much guarantee. And there are some I haven't been able to test, and I'll comment on that. And there's some things that I just don't know. They might be silver, they might be silver plate, and I'll explain that as we go. What else do you need to know? I do switch cameras, so we have a little thing. I have jewelry as usual tonight. I've got a lot of jewelry actually right now, so I'm going to have to figure. You won't be seeing it all tonight. There's just no way. I've got over 100 pieces now that we've added to our inventory. So we'll see about doing some of that. What else I guess? Oh, a ton of Ray Dunn, and most of it seems to be like new condition, from what I can tell. They still had stickers on them, and some of the pieces, some didn't. But the wear on them didn't have any visible, or I think the wear on them was just from where they were stored. So we'll have some Ray Dunn pieces. I've got a number of purses. I got one article of clothing. My wife asked if I could just try to put it out there. I don't think I showed it last time. Anyway, so there's that. Let me see, what else? I do have some electronics, and if there's anybody's interested in that, I have one ephemera lot. If there's anybody's interested in that, it's maps mostly, older maps. And I think, what was the other thing? I know there was something else I had. I'm just looking around. No, I guess that's it. I do have some other mugs, things like that, some interesting pieces like that. I'm looking to see what else. I do have a couple toys within reach, but if there's any interest in toys, I can pop those up too, and see if anybody is interested in those. Okay. I think that's it. Am I forgetting something? I usually go through a regular. But okay, so as you know, we're, like I say, up here in Vermont, and my wife is the silent partner in this, but she does all the stuff. Hey, Marlene, nice to see you in the chat. So we are. I've got an eBay store. It's in my links in my on my YouTube homepage. I do have a lot of toys and things like that, and some collectibles. I'm trying to think of what else I can bring out. Comic books and things like that. So some of the stuff I may start showing in the future here. I've got to unload some of this stuff. I got to clean up the space. We're thinking about moving, and I don't want to have to bring it with me. So, yeah. Oh, you saw the bird? Oh, yeah. That was the pileated woodpecker. Yeah, I put that on my Instagram page. So, yeah, he shows up. He or she shows up pretty routinely every spring and fall. I don't usually see it. Sometimes we see the in the winter. I mean, in the spring and in the winter and the summer, but not as often. For some reason, we must be on his path of where he migrates or whatever. But yeah, we didn't get we got a fair amount of snow this year. I'd say nothing more than typical for us. Right now, it's melted a lot in the last 3 days here because it's been so warm. I would guess we've got 7 to 8 inches of compressed snow on the ground right now. So up in the mountains, you got a ton. And we're at 900-foot elevation, so we tend to get a little bit more than the valley. But anyway, okay. Well, I don't want to belabor this stuff too long, but I did want to get the usual stuff out and taken care of, and I think we'll get started. So I will switch cameras, and I apologize. I know I'm going to have to adjust this other camera right away because I didn't get a chance to set it up prior to this. So it's going to be pointing down too much. Yep. Okay. So let me bring the camera down here a little bit at a better angle so you can see this. Okay. So this is a piece of Oxford ware stone pitcher. And we will go, let me see here. I really need to see how get this thing. Let me shut the banner off here so we free up some space on the screen. And get back to the comments here. And so I've got, this is probably one of the few non-Ray Dunn pieces I've got tonight. I got a few others, but so it is Oxford ware. Some people call it antique. It is not antique. These are not that old. It is an antique looking, but it's not antique. Oxford ware pitcher, stone pitcher. I'm just going to call it pitcher. Oxford ware pitcher. We'll start this at $9. And let's put that up on screen. And so it's not really easy to see if I can get the light this to reflect it. You can see the word Oxford there in the bottom, Oxford ware. And I think there's some other information below it. I can't remember what it says, but I think it says Made in USA or something like that. So that's one side. Give it a little spin around here. You can see it's the same on that side. It even has that on the top. And what's interesting is the stopper on this. There's a cork stopper on that. So I didn't see any chips or damage anywhere on it. And you just saw the bottom. You saw it pretty clean. A little bit of wear. You can tell it's been on the shelf for a while, getting kicked around a little bit. But there are no chips or dings or anything. I can't make out what that says. It says, I think it says Made in USA, but I don't remember for sure. I did look it up out of curiosity. I didn't know, I couldn't read what it said, so I figured I'd look it up and by the image, and bingo. You could see it right away what it was. So that's pretty cool. So it's not too heavy, and it's manageable weight. Let's see. This thing is probably about, overall length looks like it's about 8 inches that way, and at its highest point about 7. So, and the width is about 3. So I would say it probably holds at least a quart of liquid. Of course, I would recommend cleaning it out. I have no idea if it was used or not. The cork on it looks has a little wear, I would say. So I would suspect it has had some use. But it is a pretty cool looking little picture. We call it the pineapple. You see the pineapple on there, the themed piece. Okay, excuse me, I got another drink of water here. Okay, well, that's the way we start. Start with that, and we'll go on to something else now. Like I said, I do have a fair amount of jewelry, a lot of jewelry to show tonight. We will alternate it a bit. So, like, I'll show the one piece here that was in the preview, and this is just a simple little. Let me bring the camera. Oops, let me get rid of this off the screen here. Boop. There we go. And it has the letter S here in a silver, or no, gold tone, I guess. On the bottom of that, it's just the little beads. That you can see the original price on this was like $10, and there's a extended gold tone extended chain on there. It's just acrylic beads, I think, on there. But there's the letter S, so I'm going to call it the S necklace, and we'll start that at $4. How's that? Anybody interested in that? Okay. While that's up there, I will look for my next item. I didn't get a chance to, I've been so busy trying to get my inventory straightened out lately because I had to do my taxes, and this room is still a mess. I was trying to straighten it up and just didn't make enough progress. So it's going to take me a few minutes to get things organized a bit here, but I'll work on it here. Just trying to figure out what to show next. Oh, and okay. Like I say, I don't want to forget some things. That's the thing. I'm not organized enough tonight to. It's possible for me to forget something I wanted to show, so I'm trying to reposition things here as I go to make sure I don't forget it. And well, we do have a Leah Sophia piece coming too tonight, if anybody's interested in Leah Sophia. Okay. Okay. And these. Okay. I get the next thing it's going to have is this pass on this, and I do have another one of these with a letter J, so I will show that in a bit. Get this out of the way. Okay, this is something I've shown some of these in the past. I just happened to come across this particular batch tonight. These are some stamps. Let me get this off the screen. And they're Russian stamps from the early 1960s. And they're all about space exploration. I think, oops. I thought I had two there, and I do. There was two stuck together. Well, not stuck, but just kind of together here. All right. I know that's upside down. So this is the old Soviet Union, not Russia. Stamps. And space age. It was the beginning of their space age. So this is all 1962 time frame. I know it's early 60s, somewhere around that time frame. But these are all, let me see. Actually, the description's on here. Let me read it. 1962, yep. Set of 9. Blast off into space with pioneer cosmonauts on handsome stamps showing a history of Russia's early space achievements. And there's 9. How many stamps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Must have lost one. The original package had, or just stick again. Yep. There's another one there. There's a couple other. I thought there was, there are 9. And I don't think there's any duplicates. Oh, there's one. Yeah, one. No, those aren't duplicates. 9 stamps altogether. So I'm going to put Soviet Union because these are not Russian. Space stamps, 1962. And I looked up just a couple of them, and I'm going to ask for all 9 of them what I see just 2 of them going for online, which is a starting bid of about $12. Just 2 of these stamps were going for about $5 or $6 a piece. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, I didn't realize they even had stamps that were worth that kind of money, but I'm going to ask $12 for 9 stamps and see if there's any interest. And I'm open to offers, of course, if somebody wants to think that I'm asking too much. And again, I'm just basing it on a couple of stamps that I looked up. And there may be one stamp here that's worth a whole lot more than that. I don't know. I just didn't have the time to look them all up, but I did look up a couple. This one, I think, and this one. These 2 larger ones I looked up. And so I thought it was interesting. That we're asking that for that kind of a stamp. And I don't know, people out there who I'm not a stamp collector. I just happen to have these. I forget. I don't remember where I got these. But oops, I didn't put that up on the screen. So, but I thought there are people out there that collect stuff even from the old Soviet Union. So, I thought we'd throw it out there and see if there's any interest. Oh, man. I did find a couple toys here I was going to try and show later. Just trying to clean up a little bit here. Sometimes I just get a little too much dust on them. Okay. No interest in that. Oh, and I did mention, I think in my preview, that I have one coach piece that's going to be shown tonight. So I hope that the rest of the people out there interested in coach. Okay, we're going to put these away and put them back in their envelope. I don't technically, probably should be handling some of this stuff with cotton gloves. I have some handy. I just don't do it all. Don't always remember to do that. That's not necessarily true with the jewelry, but it's true with some of these items, I suppose. The oils from your finger can cause some damage. Okay, let's see here. Let me grab. I just had a necklace here earlier. I want to show. No. Well, yeah, this one will do. So these still have a tag on them, which is really interesting to me. I didn't know this brand, and I found out where they are from. Let me get and lay it out here like that. And bring this up a little bit. And I'll bring it closer again in a minute. I just want to see the whole thing. So it's still on the tag. Still has there's not a price on this. It's just like a UPC, UPC type thing on there. So I have no idea what these. But the brand on this is Pilgrim, and apparently they're made in they're Danish design. It says. So and so I'm going to call this the Yellow Stone Heart pendant necklace, and we'll start this at $8. How's that sound? I don't know much about this brand. It's new to me, but they even have the name. The name is even on the back of the pendant. If that'll focus. There we go. And you can see the little yellow crystals in there. I'm assuming it's crystals. I could be totally wrong, but I think it's just simple crystals. I wish I had my Presidium to test it. It was just even see if they were stone. I don't have a Presidium. We're talking about it. We may get one. But I see there's the Pilgrim brand name there, and it's also on the hang tag here. It says Pilgrim on one side, a little tag, and on the other side it says Danish design. So it's really pretty. Kind of the chain itself is a gold tone chain, as you can see. I would guess that that's 16 to 18 plus the extender. So if there's any interest, I see Marlene at 8. I'm going to say going once. Going twice. Excuse me. Last call. And sold to Marlene for $8. Thank you. And let me get my little board out and write that down. There's my pen. There. Thank you. Let me find, I had a bunch of bags here somewhere. Yep, there we go. Write your name down on the bag. Say today is the 4th. And yeah, you're going to change your clocks this weekend, at least for some of us, not the Arizona folks, but somebody was posting. I was watching another auction the other night, and they were saying British Columbia and I forget the other province out that way. Maybe it was Saskatchewan. Don't change their clocks either. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I did not know that. So, but I know Quebec above us and New Brunswick to the east of us does. Quebec's the same time zone as us, but New Brunswick is the Atlantic time zone. So they change their clocks too. But yeah, lose an hour sleep, spring forward. Actually, that's going to work out great for me because the dogs get up early. It won't be early anymore. Okay, what was I looking for next? Okay. Oh, I know what. I'll do this one. It's handy. I've got this really porcelain mug and coaster set made by Debbie Mum. I'm going to bring the camera down. Let's get that glare off of there. Let's look at the glare no matter what I do. Okay, but you can see it. Let's see here. What are we going to start with this one at? Oh, I don't know who this Debbie Mum is, but she has a rather decorative coffee mug. We'll start this at $6. How's that? It's in a brand new box. I don't think it's ever been opened, from what I can tell. No, the tape seems intact. It's not been retaped, from what I can tell. On the bottom. So Debbie Mum's dishwasher safe mug, hand wash coaster, and made in China, of course. Oh, Christmas tree shops. Yeah, we used to have those around here. They're all gone now. They went out of business long ago. So that's probably where this came from. There's the side of the mug there, and the coasters, which you see on the side over here. The piece right there, from what I can tell. So, yep, I think. I don't know. There's the foam backing for it. So I guess that's where it is. But anyway, that's where that is. Okay. All right. Fun. Let's see, I have a number of purses tonight. One that is really, really different, and we'll see that in a bit. I'm trying to figure out what I did with that other. Oh, there it is. The other toy. Two of them. Anybody into collecting autographs? I have something really. I got a Mickey Rooney autograph and photo. And it's not a staged photo. It's somebody took a picture of him, and at some event that he was at. So, but I have that if anybody's interested. I also actually some small, couple of nice pieces of artwork. I actually have a lot of pieces of artwork, but I don't generally show them in the auction. But I'm getting tempted to start doing some of that, especially some of the ones we just obtained recently. There are some really nice pieces. So, okay. We will pass on the mug. Yes, he was married to several actresses. He was married 6 times. There was I went to a seminar on Social Security a few years back, and the guy he was getting a ton of questions from divorced women in there about how and when they could claim against their ex-husband's Social Security. Because the way the law was written back in the 1950s for Social Security was that a woman can get up to half of her husband's Social Security. And if you've been married for at least 10 years, and even if you get divorced after those 10 years, you can still make that claim. So he was pointing to Mickey Rooney, saying that all 6 of his wives, if they were married to him for at least 10 years, could claim up to half of his Social Security if it was better than what they already got on their own. Now, some women, obviously, he was married to actresses and stuff, made a lot more money, maybe made as much money as he did, or maybe even more. So maybe their Social Security income was going to be good without it anyway. But it was very interesting seminar. And he brought up Mickey Rooney because he was married 6 times. Yeah, Ava Gardner, I think you're right, might be one of them. I don't know. We went to her museum in North Carolina. It was fascinating. I'm not big on that kind of stuff generally, but my wife, we just stumbled across it when we were traveling. And it was interesting to see some of her, because everything was black and white, so you get to see some of the gowns, what they really looked like in color. It was pretty cool. And so my wife just loves that kind of stuff. Eats it up. All right, no interested in the mugs. So let's pass on that, and we'll go to some more jewelry. And that was number 6. Okay, yeah, I believe that. So, okay, yeah. So yeah, she was. The actress. Okay, another piece of jewelry. Oh boy, I don't know where to jump to next. Let's do this. I have no idea what to ask for this. Okay, I think I do. I've got an earring and necklace set, and I bring the camera up a little down. I think this. Sometimes when you get these in a box, I think this is the actual original box these were in. So this is considered a Pandora style necklace and earring set. So that's how I'm going to describe it. Pandora style. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, nuts. Did something screwy here. Oh, I know why I did that. Okay. Let's try that again. Pandora style. And earrings. We'll start this at. Oh, I don't know. Oops, we get rid of the other thing. Hang on. Let's say $8. I think that's fair. It's not silver. I did test. I did the magnet test. Failed. So, but the interesting thing I didn't notice right away when I was looking at this thing was it's got little stones in it. See the little pink stone? So it's these are a hoop, style earring with the what I like to call a saddle style clasp, because it pushes down in. Or no, this isn't it. Oh, this is a hook and hook 'em. Oh, no, it's kind of like a hole in it. Okay, so no, I'll take that back. I thought it was a saddle style when I first looked. So it's got that style of hook on it, but the earring is with these little pink stones in it in a couple places. It is not marked. The necklace is, I think, from what I could tell, about 16. It's the I call serpentine or snake style, and the box says it's Madison and Max is the name on the box. So if there's any interest in those, oops, pick that up. So like I say, this was, hook this back on here. Oops, gotta unhook it so I can hook it in the hole. Okay, so this has the same little Pandora style bead on it. But that is the box it came in. It looks like I couldn't find a name on it. At least I didn't see one. Let me double check, but pull this out of the liner out of this thing and see if it says anything on the other end of the chain. I actually didn't, other than testing it to see if it was silver, I didn't really do much else with it. So come on, that doesn't want to come out. Give me a second. I can pull it over here off to the side so I can look at it. So there's the clasp. No markings on it. Well, it looks like, I would say that's 16. I would say it's a 16-inch. But, okay. While I leave that for a minute while I figure out, let's do a purse. And this one here, yeah, let's do this one. These most of the purses I have tonight are brand, or somewhat of a brand name. And so let me. Okay, so I'm sure I'm being appropriate in my pricing here. One of these purses I got the other day actually had a coin in it. Penny, I think it was, or something like that. It wasn't much. But. Okay. No interest in that, so we will pass on that. Necklace set. Okay. So this is a Danny K purse bag. Looks like basically a crossbody type bag. Show the little. That's my inventory tag. That is not a. Oh, let's bring the camera up. Okay. So crossbody, I guess it's technically, bag. And we'll start this one at, oh, $9. So you can see it's a better light over here. There we go. It's kind of this red and kind of a brown. It's kind of a gold tone here with a brown background. And then this side here, I think that white light is just too much for it. Let me just turn that light down a little bit. I'm not off, but it was just too much for it. It's too much for my camera, I should say. Because this is really more of a darker red than it appears. And you got a zippered bag here on this side. And there's the interior. And even the thing has a Danny K written right on it. There's the interior, and there's the name again, Beverly Hills, made in USA. Another zippered pouch here. And it's got these, not a spaghetti, there's a little bit of wear on this strap right here, one spot. So that's what I'm asking. Probably what they really are worth. Just a tiny amount of wear right there. But it's that really thin strap there. And the zipper here works as well. This. But yeah, definitely a crossbody type bag. If there's any interest in that. I'd say, what is that? Where's my tape measure? Just had my hand a minute ago. Probably about 7 or 8, about 8 inches across, maybe 9. 10 inches across and about 8 inches deep. The bottom is in excellent condition. It doesn't have a flat bottom. It has a seamed bottom. So I wish I could get this light to really show the color better. Yeah, I think that's better like that. Let me bring this there. It's a little darker than what it's showing on the screen, but on my screen anyway. So maybe I should bring my phone up and see how it looks on my phone. But yeah, give me a second here. Oh my bingo there. Okay. Yeah. So there it is. Okay, I guess we'll pass on that. I'm interested in the Danny K bag. All right. Okay. Jewelry. Grab a. Oh, I did have another. Oh, I've got a really interesting piece. I'm going to show that. I'm going to show this because I'm kind of curious. Anybody can people know what it is when I show it. I'm going to bring the camera down so it'll be up close. And so here's a piece of rose quartz with a rose quartz bead on a short silver chain. And I know the color's not showing up really good there. It is rose colored. It's a very pale rose, but it is rose. Let me see if it'll look better in my hand. A little bit better. Yeah, crank up the intensity here. Nope, that didn't help. But so I didn't know what this was. I had to look it up. But what it is a rose quartz divination tool. At least that's what one thing called it when I looked it up. Stone. And so apparently what you do is you hold it by the bead and you use it to divide to select things, I guess. I'm not into that kind of stuff and don't know much about it, but apparently that's what it's for. So, come on, focus. There we go. So I don't even know what to ask for this thing. So I'm going to start it off at I don't know, $6, I guess. Is any interest in something like that? Like I said, I don't know much about it. So, okay. Oops, I didn't put it up on the screen. I wouldn't call it a piece of jewelry per se. I suppose you could take it, make this into a necklace. It does have a right there, it's, where you could run a necklace through it and just use it as a simple pendant on a necklace on a silver chain. Why not? In fact, I could do that for you. I guess I've got silver chains. In fact, I'm holding a couple right in my hand right now that I was trying to untangle. But where was I? Check something here. Oh, no, that's not silver. Okay. Okay. No interest in that. Oh. Okay. One more piece of jewelry I'm going to. No, I think we'll. Like I said, I got so much jewelry. So much jewelry. It's going to keep me. It's going to keep us going in auctions for quite a while. I'm trying not to show too much of the same thing. I guess it's trying to give you a little variety. But we'll go from there. I'm no interested in that thing, so we will pass. But I thought I'd just throw it out there, see if there's anybody interested, or like I say, anybody who's wanted to make something out of it. Okay. Okay. I didn't have I guess you'd call it an ID. Well, they call it a photo wallet. I got this little Perry Ellis America, and it's just a simple thing like that. And it feels like leather, but it might not be. It may be just a synthetic. Where is the opening for that one? Oh, interesting. So, yeah, and so what they showed is having a photo in it. I was just gonna say, you could use it for IDs, something like that. If you need to just carry just your ID in a separate thing, that's what I would call it. That's what I would consider it useful for. Put your license and registration or whatever in there, and you have it. So we will ask. Well, I think I'll just start this at $5. The interest. Like I said, I think because of the brand, I'm thinking this might really be leather. I couldn't find any markings or tags or anything in here. Oh, I'll take that back. There it is. Oh, it is. It is leather. Genuine leather trim. Genuine leather trim, made in China, of course. So, it did say it on the inside. It's it's pretty good size. Let me give you a reference. It is 5 inches across, about 4 inches that way. Not thick at all. It's very thin. Just the 2 layers. So leather, nonetheless. I think a lot of these now they come with. This is very, very stiff. So I'm wondering if it has the metal shielding they put now in some of these wallets to protect them from being scanned. So could be. So okay. Well, let's see what we can do for our next piece of jewelry. Oh well, let's see. I think we definitely will go with this next piece. I've got 3 brand name pieces, maybe even 4 brand name pieces. I will start with one and we'll go progress through here. We'll start with the non-silver stuff. Let's pass on this. No interest in the wallet. That's fine. Okay. This is Park Lane post earrings. Let me get them on the card here so they show nicely. They're turquoise. And let me get that spin there correctly. Okay. Oops, let me get rid of that off the screen. I did look these up, and I'm going to start these at $10, I think. They are not silver. They're not marked, but I did verify that they are Park Lane. And you see the turquoise up there. And it's got a little crystal accent above it. I did not test those. I don't think they're diamond chips, but they certainly are very nice crystal. They're very clear on them. And there was no marking on the back of price or anything like that. So I kind of did look around to see what other people are asking for them, but and I did find this exact set that somebody was selling on, I think, on eBay. So if you go out and look, you'll see these. If you do a screen capture and go look on eBay, you'll see what they're asking for them. I'm asking a lot less, but I may throw them out to eBay if nobody's interested. That's where they'll end up, as on eBay. Ow, that was good. Do one music box tonight too. I forgot about that. Okay. Anyway, so that's the Park Lane. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on your thing. I meant to click on my thing. There we go. So there we are. If there's any interest in that, if not, let's do some. Like I said, I got a ton already done. I'm not going to get through all of it tonight. I know. I just know I'm not. So we'll do what we can. Yeah. Okay. No interest in the Park Lane earrings. That's okay. We got more earrings and necklaces to come. We'll pass on that. How about Ray Dunn? Ray Dunn mug, Dreamer. I think the spotless, pretty much spotless on the inside. A little bit of sticker residue probably on the bottom. Although I try to clean that up as best I can. No damage anywhere. So Ray Dunn, Dreamer. I think I usually do my Ray Dunn mugs at around $8, so that's where we'll start. Like I said, I've got a lot of Ray Dunn stuff tonight. We'll get through some of it, I'm sure. But not all mugs. I've got teapot. I got tea, creamer, sugar set. I've got a couple of containers, cookie containers, all kinds of interesting stuff. Really interesting. And all in really good condition. I was so upset. There was a pitcher I almost bought and almost got to bring tonight, and it had a chip right on the edge. I was like, oh man. And I don't sell stuff like that if I can help it. If it's chipped, and I'm not aware of it. Then one thing. If I can know it's there. So, okay. So there's the Ray Dunns. First of the Ray Dunn. Oh no, yeah, that is the first of the Ray Dunns tonight, right? We haven't shown any others. Nope. I have some really pretty mugs too, besides the Ray Dunn stuff. And you saw one Ray Dunn in the preview as well. A little desk ornament. We'll do that too tonight. So, okay. Oh my. No interest in that particular Ray Dunn. That's fine. I know. Yep, yep. It is a popular item, certainly. So, okay, okay. We'll take that out. And where did I do the piece of jewelry to show? Just had it in my hand. There it is. Well, not this, well, technically a piece of jewelry. This is another silver piece. I actually had one of these. I think a couple of auctions ago. So, a charm, and I'll bring the camera down here so you can see it. I came across. I had another one just like it. So this is a sterling. Can't spell sterling apparently. S-E-R-L-I-N-G. Charm, canoe charm. We'll start this at. I know silver's going crazy, so I don't know. I try to be reasonable here. Let's see what we can do. Let's say $8 for sterling charm, and you can see the original price back in the day. And this is a while ago because I know this was. This is $16 from Raymond's Hallmark. Oh, that's a local store. So there's a canoe. It is marked. And I know it's silver. These are, this came from a reputable store, so it marks on the bottom, I think. If I can get it to stay still in the right place. I mean, it's on the original card. You can see right there, it's marked on the bottom. So, sterling charm. So, cute little canoe. So it's about maybe 3/4 of an inch length. But I forget who bought the other one I sold a few weeks back, but I came across it. It turned out we had more than one. I didn't know that, but I thought, well, we'll put this up tonight, see if there's anybody else is interested, maybe. Exactly. Good for memory charm if you want. A lot of the stuff my wife does with her charms is exactly that. So, for memories. Okay. And then we'll do another purse, maybe. I'm just looking to see which ones I got here within reach. And can't remember what brand this one was. Oh, why it has this little piece of string on it. Huh. Just give me a second here. Somebody left a bit of debris on it. Okay, yeah, I'll do this one. I'm just checking to see if this one's leather as well. I can't remember. I think it is. Yep. Give me a second here. We'll bring this up. Oh my. Sometimes these things, I forget where I got these, and I gotta look I wrote down on this one. I have a model spreadsheet here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I know. The thrift stores prices lately have been just kind of. What can I say? They're looking. I guarantee when I go into some thrift stores, they're doing the Google Lens search, and they say, oh, somebody wants $30 for this on eBay. That's what we're going to charge. And it's like you got to look at what they sell for, not what people are asking for, because that's not always right. I've seen prices vary between $30 and $90 for the same item on eBay. It's just crazy. So, okay, we're going to pass on this one. No interested in the silver charm. Not a problem. But let's go with this bag. It's a, I guess you, there's the tag that's on it is just my inventory tag. Let me see if I can get this to stand up like so. And get the camera positioned better. May have to back up a bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to back up a bit. Okay, now let's see if I can spell it. Yeah, I keep telling people when you're using eBay, go to the research if you can, if that option's available to you. Not always, I guess if you're not a seller, it may not be available to you. I'm not sure. But there's a button that says research, and you click on research and you look to see what items have sold for, and you can do it. It's pretty cool how it works, and you can even do it from your phone now. They fixed their app on the phone, so you can do a research on your phone now. So, but okay, so this is a Tignanello leather bag, and we'll start this one at $15. Is any interest? Like I said, this is just my inventory tag, so ignore that. It's not new. There's the Tignanello tag on it, and the interior. And there's the tag over here that says that it's leather, made in China, but genuine leather. There is a zippered pouch on the inside, and there's the Tignanello name again. Okay, there is an outside zippered pouch as well, right here. Nope, there's paper in there. Ooh. Oh, huh. Look at that. Oh, must have maybe it belonged to a nurse or something. It's got a face mask. I never even looked in that pocket. Wow. St. Jude's Research Hospital paperwork in there. Huh. Okay. And a little tiny notebook. Look at that. Oh, and somebody wrote in it. Interesting. Just some numbers. That's interesting. Huh. I never even opened that zippered pouch. That's crazy. Oh, maybe there's anything else. Nope, no money in there. Nope. Sorry. So there's the strap here. That has some adjustment to it. It's got this nice leather strap. So basically it's like an over the shoulder. And they for some reason somebody put a split ring on this side, on this zipper pull. I'm not sure. Maybe that was the way it was originally. Nothing in there, but yeah, it's in pretty decent quality, really good shape. I always check when I'm looking at leather. I always look at the straps, and that's usually where the wear tends to show is on the strap. And this one is very, very clean. So, a couple of different ways of holding that, but I don't know how you. I guess it's like an over the shoulder strap, but it's funny. I didn't think to check that pocket. I guess I don't know why. I usually do check the pockets too. I guess I had missed that one. Cool. Anyway, nice piece. And I think a very good deal for anybody. My wife uses a similar over the shoulder bag to this one. That she really does like it. It's much more comfortable than to carry. So, okay, well, but there's no interest in that. We're going to pass. I have been debating about changing my night. I don't know yet. Well, I've been doing Wednesdays so regularly. I hate to make that change and then kind of throw people off. But on the other hand, it's just trying to find the right time that works for a lot of people. I guess this is this way to put it. Okay, Joy. Let's do these. The card these are on, ignore. I don't think it's what this is. I think where these came from, it just happened to be a card they put it on to show it. So Piece of some jewelry, earrings. Again, turquoise we're looking at. So it's not Laura Ashley, and it's not $20, but they are shepherd hooks. I did check; they are not silver. So the camera's moving. Hang on. There we go. Okay. I left them on the card because it's just an easy way to display them. So I'm just going to call these turquoise. Oops, must have misspelled it. Turquoise chip earrings. And we'll start these at I'm not sure. Let's say 7, I guess. If they were silver, I'd be a lot more, but they're not. And so, and there's a lot of turquoise there, but that's about all I can say for it. It does seem to be, to me, like real turquoise, not the fake stuff. But the metal is magnetic, so that's why I know it's not sterling. I just want to show the hooks there. There's quite a bit of chip to them, though, and they have little silver. I won't call them beads, but adornments, and mixed in with them. Okay. Excuse me while I grab another sip of water. Okay. We'll pass on those. No interest in those. I know I have to wait enough time because I know the lag can be pretty serious here. Okay. Oh, another Ray done. Nope, not that one. Let's see here. Yeah, let's go with this guy. Give me a second. I'm gonna look it up what I wanted for this one. There it is. Okay. And yeah, this is a biggie. Get this. Oh, I knew we're gonna have to back up. Yeah. Okay, and let's get the tape. I'll take the tape off here in a second. That's the way I got it. So, I'm gonna call this a Ray Dunn storage. I don't know. It could be cookie. I'm gonna maybe it's. I guess because of the name on it, maybe we'll call this a cookie jar. We'll start this one at. This is way below what I think they go for, but I'm going to try to be reasonable here. I think $15 is a good place to start. And so I'll take this tape off so you can see the condition of the lid here. I think it's only fair that you see it with the lid off. And there's it's got a rubber seal on the lid here. So I didn't see any chips here. Nope. And nothing inside. Looks like it could use it. It's a little dusty in there. It looks like they might have used it for flour or something. Yeah. Huh. I hope that's what it is. There it is. The Ray Dunn. So yeah, that's about a good size for flour or cookies or whatever. It does have a rubber seal, so I guess that's an indication that what it's supposed to be. But there's any interest in that. How tall is it? That's a good question too. I'm going to say the overall height of the container itself is about 8.25 inches, and then if you count the lid, looks like it goes about 10 inches and roughly 6 or 7 inches across. So pretty good size. Pretty good size. Excellent condition. I've seen people asking considerably more for these, so I try to be fair about see where we can start at a reasonable price and go from there if there's any interest. Okay. Yeah, they call it a canister or a jar, and I looked it up and looked up the redone stuff. So, yep. Okay, let's see, what are we going to do for jewelry next? Oh, let's do the Leah Sophia, I think. Can't remember what I was going to do with this Sophia piece. But anyway, hope everybody's doing okay that's out there in the rest of the world. Yeah. Okay. No interest in that. So this is one of the larger items of May Done stuff I have. I have other items, of course. Let me get my tape to take that back on. Well, I can do that while I'm showing the jewelry, I guess. I thought I had it right handy here. I use painter's tape. I don't use the clear tape. Painter's tape has less likely a chance of causing any damage. There. Okay. All right. How about some Leah Sophia? And I have the original. I don't think it's the original box, but I have a box that, a Leah Sophia box that it will come in. So there's a multi-strand Leah Sophia. Oops, let me get that off the screen. There. Okay. I only have one Leah Sophia. I think I only have one Leah Sophia tonight. So if I just say Leah Sophia necklace, it should be adequate for you guys. We'll start this at $10. If there's any interest, I'll show. Here's the Leah Sophia tag. If we get the show on screen here, right there, and clasp, and the extender, or well, I guess you could call it an extender. You can bring it up much shorter if you wanted to, and like that. So, and then you can see the little, I guess they're acrylic crystal type beads on there. A combination of brown and clear and gold tone wire. So, any interest in that? Leah Sophia is still popular, I guess, for some items. I know my wife has some, and she actually had the Leah Sophia party many, many years ago. I guess they did like Leah Sophia. They used to do like what they did with Tupperware and Tupperware parties and that kind of thing. So she did one of those. I stayed away. I don't get involved with those types of things unless there's a explicit reason I need to be there. But like I say, it'll come in a box. The box is not I don't think the box is the original box because it's the label on it does not make sense. But it'll come in a box like that, though. So, okay. Let's see. What are we going to do next? Maybe it is 940. Okay, I'll make sure. Like I said, I do have one. Let me take the tag off of here so you don't have that in the way. I've been trying to be good about marking my inventory. I got messed up a bit last past year and I didn't have things adequately marked, so I've always just getting mixed up with my inventory. Okay, we're going to pass on the Leia Sophia. And I suppose some people haven't noticed, but they changed my channel name from @GGG1955 to @Vintage Dust by George G. It makes more sense. People know who I am by that name. And so I thought it would be better to do that. I know because it causes some confusion, but okay. I have a really cute music box, Norman Rockwell based. Oops, let me get this off the screen. So let me type this all up. And oops. I was typing, wasn't paying attention when I was typing. We'll start this at $10. I think. Yes. Okay. So this is a Norman Rockwell inspired piece. It is put out by, distributed by Americana Art Collection. Plays Hush Little Baby. There's an on-off switch on the bottom, which is kind of cool. So, guess you can hear it. And so there's the other side. Sticker on here. Let's see more. Give me a second. I hate when I leave stuff behind, sticker residue and things like that. Just detracts from it. There. There's this side of it. And the bed, back of the bed, the front of the bed. It's pretty big, actually, as you can tell. Like you see the bottom, it says plays Hush Little Baby, Mother's Little Angels, inspired by the art of Norman Rockwell. This is from 1989, it says on the bottom. And let's see what the size is on this. So it's about 5 inches wide, just under 6.5, maybe 7 inches tall, 6.5 tall, and about 6 inches long. So pretty good size music box, but it's also ceramic. It's not plastic. It is not plastic. This is ceramic. So, like I said, there's the bottom. Needs a little gentle cleaning. It's been sitting wherever it was sitting, got pretty dusty. So, okay. Another sip of water. Let's show a necklace next. I've got 3 more silver pieces to show tonight. This is not one of them. Coming up next, but okay. No interest in the music box. We'll pass on that. Okay, let's show this nice little necklace. Gold tone pendant and chain. I originally thought it might be gold plated, but I could not verify that. It's not marked anywhere on the tag. Well, that's not true. There's a mark right there. Let me look. Let me get my loop out. Oh, Oh, I've seen this jeweler's mark before. NS. It's Nagasaki. So the tag says it's Nagasaki. And there's the pendant. You see with a single little crystal in the center. A double hoop. No markings on the pendant itself. There's the back of it. And you can see the style of chain it is. Very delicate little chain. Very light. This is very, very light. Just so you can see it. And you already saw the clasp, but I'll show it again. And that little tag right there has the NS on it. On the other side. Oh, I didn't put a price down. Let's do that. Get rid of that Norman Rockwell message on there. And so, I'm going to call this a double circle necklace. I don't know what else to call it. And we'll start this at $6. So try to get that lays out good. There we go. Actually, I don't know if it'll show. Being gold tone, maybe it'll show okay on the display here. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad. Kind of washes out a bit. Yeah, that's washing out too much, but gives you an idea what it looks like when you're wearing it. Let me put this back on and dim it a bit. See if that helps. There. Okay. What will be next? More ray gun. I have other things besides ray gun, of course. Oh, I know. Let's see here. What's this one? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll do so the ray gun piece next. I can't believe what people are asking for some of this stuff too. It's really drives me crazy. All right, now I'm interested in that necklace. We'll pass on that. And I have a couple of sterling pieces coming up. One necklace, pair of earring, and 2 pairs of earrings. But let's do another ray done. I want to alternate a little bit tonight between what we have. And this is another jar, smaller one. Yum. And we're going to start this one at $10. Yeah, $10. If there's any interest. Okay. Oh, yeah, I just realized something. There we go. That might be better. The screen wasn't completely filling up like it should have been. I just noticed that, and I apologize for that. Okay. And then we'll show. What's I doing? Huh. interesting. Huh. Okay, well, like I said, I've got lots of stuff, different stuff tonight. I think I'll skip on the clothing, and I'll do this next time maybe. But I did want to get to a couple, just one more item that was in the, two more items that were in the preview that I want to make sure I show. And then there was a couple of other items I was hoping to show tonight as well. Like I said, we're getting through quite a bit here, but I got a lot more. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time. No interest. I'm going to jump right off into the next thing. Okay. How about a pair of earrings from Kenneth Cole? Yeah, I did look these up. They are marked on the back. Kenneth Cole on the, of all places, on the keeper on the back of the poster. Say Kenneth Cole. Isn't that cool? I did look these up, and they're not silver that I can know for sure, and they're not, and they are on this original holder. The original price was around $26. So I'm going to say Kenneth Cole earrings. We will ask, let's say 10. I think that's reasonable, I hope. So, and they're in excellent condition. Here's the side. You can see what they look like on the side. And like I said, I think the name is right on the post, on the keeper, on the, whatever you call it, the back of the earring. And I don't know. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't marked anything like silver sterling or 925 or anything like that. So, but it is, you know, what I saw them going for it on the back there, on the original price. And I did look to see if that was really kind of cold. And then I said, oh, that's right there, right on the little keeper on the back. So I never get those, whatever you call that on the back, right? I did come across, I'll tell you, we've come across some really good silver lately. I've got one piece I'm going to be putting up on eBay. I I didn't know what it was worth until tonight. And it's a mother's bracelet, sterling bracelet. Wow. What people were asking for, I'm going to go way less than what people are asking for on eBay, but it's pretty cool. We came across this piece, but excuse me. Okay. What was the other thing I wanted to show? Oh yeah. Like I said, I want to get to the things that were in the preview. And I've got 3 more purses. Interesting. There was that paperwork I pulled out of that Tignanello bag. Was a coupon there for $5 off at Hallmark stores. And it was from 2023. So allow me to date that a little bit. All right. No interest in the cool stuff. That's okay. All right. Let's show the, this was on the preview. Little desktop Ray-Don piece. And we'll start this at $5. So one side says stay humble, the other side says be kind. Nothing on the ends or the top. It is Ray-Don. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna have to take it off the top. Excuse me while I mute for a second. There we go. Okay. So, cute little sign. Stay humble on one side, be kind on the other. It's just a nice little desktop piece. I think it's like about 3 or 4 inches, 4 inches across. I think about 4 inches tall. Yeah, and about maybe an inch and a half across. Yeah, inch and a half across. So, one of the more interesting pieces of redone that I came across. Excuse me. Okay. No interest in the redone. I'm gonna excuse me. Pass on this. I want to make sure I got the stuff. And there was another item that was in the preview. I just realized another necklace, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's do. What did we do? We just did a necklace. Let's do earrings. These were in the preview. These were also in the preview. I did not have the time to clean them. They are sterling. They are easily marked. Get rid of this up here. Brand. I'll type in the chat here. We're going to start these at $15. Beverly Hills sterling. Let me see. One of these is really easy to read. And I'll make sure I got the right one. I think I can get that to focus on camera. Let's see. Oh, upside down. Beverly Hills silver 925. It's a little. I did not take. I did not. They're a little bit of tarnish on them, so you'll have to clean them up a bit. What? They're a little angel with a heart. Sorry, I apologize. I'm trying to show this so you can see all the detail here. Let me reposition my hand here. See if I can fix it. Yeah. It's holding a little heart. So you can see the tarnish. Wouldn't take much to clean it. Little silver cream, bright silver cream. That's what we use. Like I said, it is marked on the bottom here. Beverly Hills, a good brand, I guess. Oh. Yeah, that's what they call that, diamond cut. Yeah, I didn't think of that. But I apologize, I didn't get a chance to clean them. But they're in really good condition. You can see not too big and not too heavy. Well, and I think that I'm pretty sure I think the wire is even marked as well. I'm looking at one of them, but it is silver all the way around, even the air wire. It's one of the guaranteed silver items I have tonight. We've got 2 more coming up. Okay. I'm going to show another item after this. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, I thought maybe some interest in silver. No, I guess we don't have a lot of people watching tonight. I'm a little surprised, actually. I thought I'd have a little bigger audience. But that's okay. But for those are watching, please do give us a like and a. If you're not already subscribing, please subscribe. We got a Liz Claiborne bag. Again, another, I guess you call it a crossbody bag. We're going to start this one at $15. It's an excellent condition. Pretty long strap, as you can show you here. You can see right there, long strap. Let me back up the camera. You can see the whole thing. Zippered pouch in the front. It's interesting to have a little flip-up kind of pouch, and then they have a little bag in here with a clasp. But then they have a zippered piece here, so you can put something in there. But I guess you lift it up like that and then open it. Here's the back. The bottom is in excellent shape. I didn't see anywhere on this thing that I could notice. There's the Liz Claiborne name again on the inside, and another zippered pouch on the inside. Still has the super dry the stuff in there to keep it dry in there. So I'm beginning to think I wonder if this bag was ever used. It's just sparkling clean in there. It's just immaculate. There it is. Yeah, there you go. Right, just in time for Easter. Easter's April 5th, I believe, this year on our calendar. So, yeah. Here it is. Oh, I didn't put that up on the screen. Well, I figure out what to do next. Like I said, I have so much. There are certain items I definitely want to show tonight. Now, I've got 2 more items that were in the preview. I'll get to those. Actually, 3 more items that left that were in the preview here. So let's get to that. And as well, if there's any interest in the Coach purse, I will bring that up too before the night is over. Coach bag, not a purse, it's a bag. Small bag. Okay. No interest in that. We will pass. Alrighty. Necklace. We did earrings, now we'll do necklace. This is another sterling piece with a piece of amber in it. Again, you might want to, it really could use some cleaning. It is marked. I'm pretty confident that this is silver. Bring the camera up, point it down. Very delicate little chain. Looks like about an 18-inch. Yep, 18-inch chain. Sorry, it's just me measuring off my tape measure. We'll show it up close here in a second. Oops. Oh boy. We're going to start this one out. It's amber. So my wife tells me amber is hot right now. I don't know if she told me what she wanted for this, but I want to say 18. So there's the amber piece. Really nice little amber piece in there. This is all silver. It could use a little cleaning. You can see it's marked there. And the bail. Very delicate little chain. This is very, very lightweight. So would not weigh heavy on you. If you need me to clean it for you, or, I'll be more than happy to do that. I just didn't have time. I'm trying to show the chain. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, Marlene at 18. Here's the clasp. And there's the tag also there on there that says it's 925 on the chain. And I can say I just didn't get a chance to do it tonight. I've been more busy trying to get my inventory squared away and my room cleaned up. We'll see, going once. Excuse me. Going twice. I didn't put it up on the screen. I gotta do that. I gotta do that just so when I preview later, I catch it it catches my eyes in case I lose my information and I have to go back and review my video. That's called. Excuse me. Sold Marlene for $18. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me put that up. Let me get a bag. Nice clean bag for that. Put your name on it. There. I think I owe you an updated invoice, Marlene, so I'll take care of that. Won't be tonight, but I'll try and do it tomorrow. We'll put this with your other item. Thank you, thank you. All right, back to earrings. Like I said, I'm trying to get to this stuff. Oh no, let's not do earrings. Not yet. I have a really interesting bag, and I'm going to apologize right now because there is some issues with it. But if I have time, if nobody's interested tonight, I will try and repair it myself. But it's so interesting that I thought, I'm not going to wait to show it if I do repair it, obviously I'll be asking more for it. So I'm going to give it a discounted price. But this thing has the appearance of being an old purse. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. And I'll explain what's wrong with it. I think, yeah. There's no brand name I could find on it. But it is really, really interesting. A little handbag. Oops, we go off the screen. I'm come way up with the camera up. I think it's best to show it this way. If I can get it. So this, as you can see, it's pretty exciting. It's a brown color. It looks kind of black on my screen, but it's actually a dark brown. And it almost looks, now this isn't, but it almost looks like Bakelite here in this piece right here. I don't think it is. I think it looks made to look like Bakelite. And I think my wife agreed with me. Although it is old, it has some age to it. And there's some spots where it needs some repair. And I'll explain that in a minute. So I'm not going to ask a lot, but because of I don't know how to describe it. I'm going to start it at $10. If it, oops, let me see. I'm going to call this a brown. I'm just going to call this a brown handbag. With what's the word I'm looking for? It's not lucite, but it's like lucite. I was going to call it a brown handbag rather than trying to. I'm going to say $10. Okay, but now again, like I said, I think this thing's worth a lot more than what I'm asking, but it would be worth a lot more only because you see this where it's coming unsewn right here and over here. This is pretty good on this side. There's a couple spots. There's another spot right here where the seam is pulling apart right here. Am I seeing that, showing that well enough? It's not bad, but it is noticeable. It is a little bit noticeable. But it's really this. This just needs to be resewn, and that's not a big deal. It's probably pretty easy to do. But I think it's pretty cool because they kind of try to simulate the Bakelite look on it, and and that's my inventory tag on the back, and it's got a zipper on the inside, um, and just simple little thing. That's it. Really simple. It's somewhat faded on the inside, so I'm guessing this was been sitting around for a while. But the outside looks immaculate. It really does, like I said. But it just needs some minor repair, and that's why I'm letting it go for. Well, I think I would be asking much more for something like this because of the like you said, revival, whatever you want to call it, piece. I think there's some demand for that. I've seen some demand for that, so I think it would go for that. But it is really pretty. It's a very dark brown. I think the lighting is not doing it justice here. That helps a little bit if I block that light a bit. But and like I say, you get this Bakelite kind of a appearance to it here. And I can't tell what kind of material this is made out of. It almost feels like it does feel like cloth. But again, I want to be upfront that it is not in perfect condition. But I thought it's so unique that I thought I'd definitely show it to people, and then I'll try and make an attempt at repairing it. I'm pretty good at doing that kind of stuff, actually. So I just didn't have time. I only got my hands on this thing recently, very recently. So I just wish that there was some way of just knowing where it came from. I got to look it up and see if I can find some comparable thing out there on eBay or wherever. But, okay, we're going to pass. Like I say, I just thought I'd put it out there, see if there's anybody interested. Okay. So here's the other pair of sterling earrings I have. Let me double check. I think that's what I said they are, but yeah, these are sterling. I think they may be silver plate. We'll see here. I've looked these up before, and because I just wanted to see if the pattern meant anything. And I was looking at the ear wire to see if it's marked. I can't remember if it was marked anywhere. I don't think it is, but maybe double check here while we're not exactly crazy busy. Yeah, I think this is silver plate, but it's got an amethyst bead on it. I got to bring the camera way down for this, of course. Let me get that off of the screen. Get that off. This is just my computer here. Okay. They're very pretty. I think it's silver over copper. I'll show you why in a minute. But I was going to call them silver plated. I'm going to press the question mark with amethyst earrings. We'll start these at $10, I think. I could be wrong. They're not magnetic, so they're a very interesting pattern. To me, it looks like there's a little bit of discoloration right near the top. It could be just my own eyes deceiving me. I don't know. I could not see any markings anywhere. I'm trying to show it better here so I can, and on camera. So I mean, they're tarnished. So, yeah. Oh, Celtic design? Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. There is some tarnish, so that's what it tells me. I'm pretty sure there's a marking right there by the B, but I can't. Hold on, this is 925 right there. Son of a gun. So they are silver. Okay. I didn't see that before. Boy, having used the camera, I should have done that before. So there's the other one with the amethyst bead. So they are silver. That's okay. I'll still keep it at 10. They're not heavy. There's not, they wouldn't, they don't, I don't think they would weigh your ear down, kind of thing. So they're not heavy, but they are pretty. So yeah, no, that happens. Sometimes I make a mistake. Not a big deal. I'm not gonna fault anybody for me making mistakes. So. Okay. And let me see, what was the other thing I was going to show tonight? I had another. I had some rings too. I was going to try and show, but I don't think we'll get to those tonight. Where is that other piece I want to show? Well, I got another. Oh, the coach thing. I guess we'll do the coach thing. Okay, we're going to pass on those. That's fine. Okay. So this is the coach bag I have. I got an inventory tag hanging off of it. I did comp this guy. I had to see, what is this thing worth? I got a pretty good deal, but here it is, Coach. Really is Coach. Even the little tags on the end say Coach. So I'm going to tell you what I saw these going for, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to ask for it. I saw this, and it's not that big, but I know Coach is crazy price-wise. And so, let me get my tape measure. Here it is. That green you see is just my inventory tag. It's 8 inches across, 5 inches tall. I saw this going for anywhere from $65 to $100. Oops, that's my camera moving again. Tighten it up. Here we go. So, in order for me to come out a little bit ahead on this, I guess you call this a bag? Purse? Purse. I'm going to call it a purse. I'm going to start this at $40. And that's where I'm going to put it on eBay. So that'll be the cheapest one. It will be the cheapest one on eBay for this particular one. And it's. I did not see anything wrong with it. It's really, really clean. There's the inside. There's the other side. Lots of room for a lot of credit cards. So that's why I'm calling this a purse. The reason I'm not asking full price on this is it's just one tiny little damage right there. There's a little nick in the trim, but that's it. Other than that, this is immaculate inside. And that, it's got the Coach tag name over here, and it's in the side as well. And the zippers work just fine. You really had to look for that little nick in it. I don't even know how it got there, but that's well, I say practically, but not quite. There is one, a little tiny thing right there. But that's it. But that's again half the price I was seeing, the average price that people are trying to get for this thing out there on eBay. So I thought, well, I'll put it out there and give somebody a good deal. Otherwise, we'll throw it out there on eBay and see what we get for it there. But okay, and then I guess we will call this. And I'm going to call it a night pretty soon here, I think. But I've got a couple more items we'll show. Where was I? Yeah, we did that. So I covered everything that was in the preview, everything I talked about in the preview, I think. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So we will pass on this, and we'll see that out there on eBay. I have another pair of earrings by Lauren Conrad. I'll bring the camera down. Sorry, there's a little sticker residue or something. Yeah. What is that? Oh, a little sparkly piece of material. Interesting. Okay. I always, for some reason, I always think Laura, but it's Lauren Conrad. Earrings. And we'll start these at $6. I don't think there's any original price on the back. No, you can see the gold tone, kind of a rose gold tone to them. Apologize, the card's not really clean. But yeah, Laura Conrad. I'm not sure they're marked somewhere, but they are. I've had several pieces. I've had quite a few pieces of the Laura Conrad stuff. I thought these were marked somewhere, but I usually put the LC somewhere. I didn't see it, but anyway, it's there. But okay. Okay, let's see what else we want to bring up here. Well, I could do more Ray Dunn, or let's do this. What did I do with that one? There they are. Okay. Okay. Yeah, good brand. You get this. You see this at a lot of the department stores, I think. This brand. Okay. Well, we'll pass on that. Like I said, we got a lot of non-jewelry stuff tonight as well. Show this one. Anybody a coffee drinker out there? These are brand new Green Mountain Coffee. I've got two of these. Brand new in the box. Green Mountain Coffee is based right here in Vermont. And we'll start this at $8. These are ceramic mugs. This particular one series came out for the. This is the 40th anniversary of the company, and you can see this is talks about how they make the pottery. Safe for microwave, dishwasher, oven, and freezer. And I've got two of these. So, is there any interest in the mug? I don't know if this has ever been taken out of the box. I don't know if I can. If it's sealed or taped or whatever. I've never tried taking it out. Oh, I can. Okay. Just to show you the glazing on that. It's kind of cool, actually, the finish. I don't want to take it all the way out, but give you an idea that these are brand new. So, if you're a coffee drinker, I know Green Mountain Coffee does sell everywhere, as far as I know. They're based right here. Well, they originally were based in Waterbury, but they've expanded to. They have plants all over. You can drive by and smell when they're roasting the coffee beans. It is really cool. It's like when you go through Hershey, Pennsylvania, you can smell the chocolate. When you drive by their facilities, you can smell the coffee because they're roasting the beans. But yeah. Okay. Well, there was. Oh, I'll put that up on screen. Let's put that up on screen, and we'll look to see if I have any piece of jewelry to finish it off this show tonight. I do have more of the mugs. I have other. I have like an LL Bean mug and some really beautiful Japanese mugs. Let me see if I can find something here. I was looking at earlier. Is that it? What did I do with that piece? Huh. I just had it in my hand a minute ago. Let's set it down. Is that it? No, that's it. Just try to display it as best we can while this is up. Let's see if I can get this display. We'll pass on this. Oh, hey, Patty. Nice to see you. Unfortunately, this is usually about the time I start signing off. I go usually from 8:30 to 10:30, but appreciate you being here. My email's at the top of the chat, or I can put it on the screen here briefly. If you want to send me your information, that's all I ask is that you you give me your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping information, and your PayPal information. So, and that's it. I don't do anything extra special or anything for anybody. I try to when I pick my time slot for auctions and stuff, I try to pick it in between some of the auctions I like to watch. There's one that goes usually till about 8:30. They usually finish up around 8 or 8:30 usually, and there's another one that starts around 10:30. So I kind of put my auction in between those two. But here's my email on the screen. But yeah, and of course you're more than welcome to go back and look at through the video. And if you see something, there's just in it. I usually post the sold in the chat, so you can see if it's been sold or not. I don't remember to put the sold on the screen, but I put the sold on. I should do that too. But tonight you wouldn't have too much issue. There was we didn't have a big audience tonight, but okay. Let's just this piece of jewelry. I'm gonna pull this off here and let me get rid of that message on the screen. It was nice to see another face, another name, another face, but another name. Actually, this your picture is just a silhouette, which is kind of cool. So, all right, there's another piece of this pilgrim jewelry that's this what they call a Denmark design. This is gold tone with amber-like crystal here, and then this hanging down. It is as short as it looks, although it does have a 2-inch extender chain. I'll show that in a minute, and I'll take this off of it because it is gold tone. So gold tone on black usually shows up okay, so we will start. This is the pilgrim necklace. That's the brand, is Pilgrim. And we'll start this at $6. So I'm going to take it off of there and show you that in my hand so you can see the color better. Well, it's kind of washed out actually. Let's see if that looks better that way. No, that didn't help much. You can see the amber type crystal that's on there and the gold tone chain that's hanging down with some beads, and the chain what it looks like this is brand new Pilgrim. It still has a tag here too, and there's no price on it. It just has a SKU or a USC number, and then they have their logos on there on the extender here. It says Pilgrim on one side, and I think it usually says Danish design on the other. Okay, I will write that down for you right now. Let me grab my board here. Thank you. I just had my pen in my hand. There it is. All right, I'm just going to put down your name as Patty Rose NJ. Is in New Jersey, I assume. Okay, so the mugs were $8, and that was times 2. And the Conrad earrings. You sent your phone. Good. I'll check in a second here. They're $6. Okay. Let me check. Make sure I got your email all right. I got it. There we are. Thank you. Thank you. I was right. New Jersey. All righty. Yeah, you guys get some nasty weather this winter. We haven't been great, but okay. Well, thank you, Patty. Appreciate that. Really do. Okay. All right. So the Pilgrim, that piece that was up, that was what I'm asking there. And let's do another Ray Dunn. What the heck? I had one. I wasn't sure I was going to show this one tonight, but I guess I will. Let's do that. Dig it out. I don't think I showed it yet. Oh, yeah, here it is. I have my hand on it. I didn't realize it. Okay, I'm going to pass on this. Yeah, boy, definitely had some nasty stuff down there. We have some friends that live in Vermont here that are from New Jersey, so we hear how their family is faring, which wasn't well. All right, one more Ray Dunn mug. I got a lot of other Ray Dunn stuff, but let's do this. I got a Grandma Ray Dunn mug. We'll start this at $8. It's you can tell the bottom, it's hardly any wear on this at all. A little bit of sticker residue there from a sticker I took off, but yeah, usually, at least with our mugs, you can usually tell when they're used in the inside because the spoon always leaves a streaky kind of finish to it. These look pretty clean, typical Ray Dunn style and everything. So, if it'll focus, there we go. What I've been doing tonight, Patty, is I've been alternating between jewelry and non-jewelry items. So, I literally have a ton of jewelry. I got through most of what I wanted to show tonight, I think. So, well, let me see. Oh, grab your Lauren Conrad and put that in a bag before I forget. Put your name on it. I also have a lot of other. I was going to show some coins tonight, and I decided no, I'm not going to do that. But maybe next time. I have some foreign coins. I thought maybe anybody was interested. I also, sorry, just trying to find a bag to put the stuff in for you. Well, at least the jewelry. I always bag them with jewelry. Oh, there we go. Perfect. There. But yeah, I mean, I always tell people I have a lot of stuff. You name it, I might have it. And even some, I don't do much for like this. I do have a ton of sports cards, but I don't generally bring those to auction. I do have a lot of comic books again, the same thing. I don't usually bring those to auction, but if there's specific interest, people say they'd like to see them. I have toys, I have ephemera, I have old magazines, I have old newspapers. But yeah, so I'll write that down so I don't forget. That's yours. Okay, and I know I want to show that one other item. I had my hands on it earlier. Very exciting. I got this box full of stuff I just hauled upstairs, and oh, that's it. Okay, I got one other item I want to show for sure. Okay, let's pass on the grandma here. I know there are a lot of. I've had some people in the past that are really into the Ray Dunn stuff, so I tried to bring some tonight. But let me get my mandrel because I got to see what size. This is a ring. The only ring I was planning on showing tonight. This is a really small one. It's like a lot of size 6, and it's also from the same company as Pilgrim Company, gold tone with a amber-like stone in there. I'm not amber. I mean amethyst-like stone in there. I don't think it's a stone, though, necessarily. It's just a crystal. And a pretty wide band, gold tone. So let me set that down for a second while I type. This is also from that Pilgrim Company. I'll show you it actually has a name inside. Ring size 6. We'll start this at $5. I have no idea, but I assume. Let's see if I can show you the name on the inside. See it right there? No, it's upside down, but it says Pilgrim. So they do put their name on their product. So, and I've got this to show you what it looks like on my finger, my dry skinned fingers. It's a size 6. Really pretty. Yeah, it looks like a crystal, kind of sparkly. Yeah. Yeah, that catches it nicely. Okay. I was pretty sure that was a 6. Let me just drop it on the mantle one more time. Make sure it falls. Yeah. You see where it falls, right on top of the 6. Okay. No. There we go. Ring, right? I can't even spell the word ring right. Oh well, that's okay. Okay. Like I said, Patty, if there's anything else that you're interested in, go back and look at the video, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. But I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to say pass on this. I'm going to get rid of that off the screen. Switch cameras. Okay. And I have some really odd small stuff that I might try and bring next time. I also found some more dolls and a few other items that I thought might be some interest in. And I have some really interesting ceramics, I guess that's the best way to put it. And some really pretty, not a wine glass. They look more like a martini glass. I guess that's the way to describe it. But they're very colorful, really pretty. I have stuff like that I haven't decided what to do with, so we may bring some of that around. And like I say, I've got some other interesting pieces of jewelry. I've got another piece of some of the sterling pieces, like this one I'm holding in my hand right here that's in a box. I've got a box full of stuff right here that's just I have to sort through and figure out what we're going to bring up for you guys. So that's where we are. I'm still toying with the idea of doing something on Sundays at 5 o'clock if I do it. So I did have somebody approach me about helping me moderate my stuff, and maybe he'll show up sometime, and we'll do that. And but thank you for the purchases, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. Even if it was only briefly, I apologize that I don't advertise. I don't advertise as well as I probably should, but I'll stop working on that and making it better. But I always try to always do a preview the day before, so you'll have some heads up. And like I said, I may stop playing games with shuffling times, or just doing more than one auction a week, and see if that helps. Try and catch some of the folks that can't make it maybe on Wednesdays. So no, it's not going to be Kyle. No, it's another gentleman that I've worked with before. So. But I know I'm still working with Beth. At some point, once she's filling appropriately, we will do something jointly with Beth. For those of you who don't know Beth, she's really good, and we'll see how it goes. Alrighty. Well, everybody have a blessed night and a fantastic weekend. We're looking to a nice warm one. We'll see you in a few days.